Welcome to the Separation Anxiety in Dogs Decoded podcast. I am your host, Ness Jones, and we'll be deep diving into all things separation anxiety. But before we get started, please make sure you like this episode, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications so you never miss another one. And don't forget, if you are interested in joining my easy step-by-step training program to resolve separation anxiety in your dog, you'll find the link in the show notes. Now let's get started. Hello, I'm going to answer a listener question today. It's a little bit overdue, so many apologies. Eniko, I think her name is. I apologize if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but she asks a very good question, and it's a very relevant one for many people with dogs that have separation anxiety, or perhaps they don't have separation anxiety. So her question is, what to do if a dog is great at doing home alone time at home? He sleeps relaxed at his place. Brilliant. Congratulations. But if I leave him with other people only for 1 minute, like going to the toilet in a strange place, for example, when we visit my friends, he begins whining, barking, and panicking. So it's a really good question, and it's one I get quite often. So Eniko, again, I hope I pronounced that right. It sounds to me I would say that maybe it's more kind of FOMO. So I am in a strange place. I'm a little bit unsure about my surroundings, but now you've gone and left me. So I wouldn't be too concerned about it in the sense that it could be based in a little bit of frustration. It could be based in a little bit of fear of missing out. And it could also be based in the fact that you've gone off and left him in a strange place. The problem is it is a strange place, so we can probably expect your dog to be a little bit unsettled if they're not used to it. I would like to think maybe that your friends could also try to distract him, if that is at all possible. If he's already at the point of whining, barking, and panicking, then yes, he's already over threshold, and we've missed that kind of window, if you like, to address it. So it would be a kind of thing that I would train. You'd have to set it up to train. So you can't just do it, oh, we're here now and I'm going to go off and go out of your view. You would have to set it up. So you would go to your friend's place perhaps and, have this conversation with them before you even get there and say, hey, look, I'd really like to train my dog to do this. Is it possible we can do that? And then perhaps it wouldn't look exactly like the separation anxiety training because he will have people with him. So if you can build that bond between your dog and your friends so he feels more comfortable with them, that would be a good start. So I don't know if your dog doesn't sound like he's hyper attached to you in the sense that you can leave him by himself at home, which is great. So it sounds more like he's just unsure, uncomfortable. I don't know. You don't mention if he's a dog with generalized anxiety, like he might have a little bit of anxiety just in life. If they're good friends and you're around there all the time, I would suggest getting them to do some fun stuff, build the bond so he feels more comfortable with them. And then in terms of you actually going, let's say, to the bathroom, I would train that. So it maybe if he's feeling more comfortable with your friends and you get up, then sit down, get up, sit down. So a little bit of desensitization. So what it would look like is how I do door desensitization. So it is basically stand up, sit down, repeat 10 times, and just waiting for him to be nice and calm. Stand up, walk towards where you're going, come back, sit down. Stand up, walk towards where you're going. Don't get all the way there, just a little bit. Could be one step. We're just looking at him saying, are you nice and relaxed? 1 step, 2 step, 3 step. But each time you're going back to your place and sitting down and relaxing. We don't want that movement backwards and forwards to be a trigger for him. We want him to be nice and relaxed. It's a process. It takes time. It could be that your friends don't want to participate in this training process. Hopefully they're good friends and they don't mind, but it really is a case of just desensitization. I don't use food in my training for separation anxiety, but in this instance, you could potentially use food as well. So if he's calm, either your friends treat him or you treat him. So if you stand up, sit down, maybe your friend, do that 10 times, your friend can give him a treat. If he's calm, stand up, walk away slightly, come back, treat. So he's just learning that it's okay. Or even if he will take the treat from your friends as you step away. But the point is that we don't want you to go all the way, because if you go all the way, that's going to probably be too much for him. It literally is a desensitization process. So we're walking a little bit to where you're going, coming back, sitting down, repeat, 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 relaxed dog, standing up, walking a little bit closer to where you're going, coming back, sitting down. You could also potentially do a place command or a mat command. There's your bed, I want you to stay there, or a down stay and what have you. That is okay, but if he's already at the point, he still may be stressed, which we don't want. So if he's already at the point of whining, barking and panicking, then that's not, or he's still going to be stressed. He's just going to be lying down on his bed. So what we want to do is actually alleviate that whining, barking and panicking, which means we must go through a desensitization process. I hope that answers your question. I would be asking, is he hyper attached to you? I'm really, really happy that he can be at home by himself. That's brilliant. So that's not the issue. The issue is you leaving him in a strange place or around friends. So we've got to do some work around that. We've got to do some desensitization around that. So hopefully that makes sense. And I've explained myself okay. But yes, desensitization, taking it slowly, step by step. In this case, and again, it depends on the dog, etc., I might introduce food into the picture, as in if you're calm, you get treated for that. Also building the bond with your, so your dog bonds with other people more than just you. And anybody else has any questions, please reach out. I'm always happy to answer them. Just shoot me an email at hello, Ness Jones. Sorry, let me rephrase that. hello@nessjones.com, and I shall put it on the list to answer. You have been listening to Ness Jones on the Separation Anxiety in Dogs Decoded podcast. Don't forget to check out the show notes to learn more about my programs and how I can help you with tailored training. Until next time.